like to invite all the filmmakers up for Q&A.
What up? I'm Young Jake. Hey, I'm Max Barbaria. I did the music for Young Jake's Datamosh.
I'm Rachel Mayeri. I did Primate Cinema, Apes' Family.
Hello, I'm Kevin Everson. I did Century.
I'm Hisham Bizri. I did Sirocco.
Look at them.
Yeah. How about for Century? How did you decide what to rec up?
This gentleman asked me for Century, what did I decide to rec up? I'm born and raised in this place called Mansfield, Ohio, and about two and a half years ago, they closed down the General Motors plant in my hometown, and so I had a lot of cousins and uncles who worked there. So it was a stamping plant, so they could, made door panels, side panels, hoods, and stuff like that. So I decided to crush GM cars. And then I made several films, but so when I go to the junkyard, I kind of pick out the vehicle I want, and so a Buick Century had a great title. I decided with the brown four-door Buick Century, a lovely automobile, or used to be. Somebody back there?
Yeah, who was it dedicated to?
Oh, yeah. That was my son. He passed away almost 3 years ago.
Yeah, for one more. This for Primate Cinema. Did the chimps react to your presence behind the window very much? Or?
So the question was, did the chimps react to the people who were videotaping behind the window? And as far as I could tell, they were not interested in people. They're being stared at by hundreds of visitors every day. So it was clear to me also just by looking in their eyes that they were watching the screen, not us. I mean, they were curious the time when they came up and were checking out what was behind the screen. I think they may have been wondering what the status of the image was, whether it was real or fake. I'm not sure if they understand the difference between real and fake. That's one of the interesting questions about what their minds are like. But they definitely reacted to that animatronic chimpanzee actor when I was doing research on what chimpanzees like to watch. She was, that actor's she's 4'6", and she wears this, she's been wearing this same chimp costume for 15 or 20 years.
Was that Carla?
Carla, right, thank you. And she has two puppeteers who work in this incredible harmony with her, controlling her facial expressions while she's moving her body around. And she was in an advertisement for cough syrup or something like that. So when I went to Edinburgh, to the Edinburgh Zoo to test out different kinds of video and see what chimpanzees' reactions were to different genres, I showed them this cough syrup commercial, and they really responded to Denise in her chimp costume. Among other things like Teletubbies and steel drums. I think it was actually kettle drums. I have 3 people who played chimpanzees. While I have the microphone, I just want to Lex, Dawn, and Heather, if you guys are, they're in the audience, so. Any other questions for anyone here?
Or maybe your reactions.
Yeah, we'd love, all of us would love to hear reactions.
There's something over there, yeah.
So, on Sirocco, so what was happening there? Was the character seeing himself, or?
Yeah, I like to say it's a metaphysical film noir, because he's sent by this council to investigate a murder in the desert, and it turns out to be his own murder, but it's allegory about his ancestors and how culture and if you will, the art of Egypt is dying, and so his journey in the desert represents his people's journey. So his death is what we are now seeing in Egypt, the upheavals.
Somebody way back there, the class.
What was the significance of the change from black and white to color?
It's his different states of consciousness. So whenever we see the color, he's encountering his double. And when I was making the film, I was reading a lot of Borges, the Argentinian writer. And often Borges, if you remember in his short stories, the story begins, and then halfway in the story, someone appears, and it's his alter ego, and he has conversations with him, and it shows something about his consciousness. So I wanted to do something similar in the film, and I thought that color would evoke that, alter ego.
This right there.
Question for young Jake. How much of your stuff is on YouTube, and was this your first submission to any film festival?
Yeah, this is my first. All of my work is on YouTube. I have a piece called Embedded that's, it's a website called Embedded. And I just came out with an iPhone app that's an augmented reality rap video. So that's only available for iPhone and Android. It's available on yeah, you should all download it. I'm also doing a live, if you guys are in Park City, I'm doing a live performance on Tuesday and Thursday, 7:30. So you should come down to that. Oh yeah, it's at New Frontier, the Yard. There's a whole exhibition where my Embedded and all that work is there.
Did you write out the lyrics for Datamosh like a traditional song, or did you freestyle?
Yeah, I wrote it out. It was like kind of like my way of storyboarding, I guess.
Yeah.
Same way.
Was the beginning supposed to be like that, where you tap into it? Was that part of the film?
Yeah, it's on the internet.
But they had it back here, and that's how they tapped in.
Yeah, YouTube.
Yeah, her question. I think it's not a mistake on the part of the projectionist. It's part of his work.
Very good.
Yeah, thanks. Shout out to the projectionist. Good job.
So I guess kind of another question about the dynamic between you two. Since you wrote the lyrics, did you just do the synthesization and the music of it, or like how does that process work?
So Max is the producer, so he just like any other song, he kind of helps the process of making the song better. And I sent him lyrics, and he made a beat, told him the concept, put a lot of auto-tune on my voice, of course.
Talk a little bit about that. I think, my part is a pretty simple beat, and I think that the back and forth between Jake and I is kind of mostly about just, the process of digital production and not just the beat, but my fitting into Jake's aesthetic as far as like everything being available at stuff that's like user generated, being like at a professional level, but made with whatever's available. So like it just kind of served to fit that part of what he was doing.
Yeah, and also something that kind of ties into that idea is like all the shit I used to make it was like found. I found out how to Datamosh by typing in how to Datamosh on YouTube. So all the shit is like is there, and it's available for everyone, and that's like kind of like a thing that I'd like to stress in my work.
Oh, this lady right here.
I just want to comment that I thought that your piece was a great kind of like kind of landmark in like YouTube trends right now that probably will be lost. Right now, like, you know, like Zany bars and lean, like, I don't think people are gonna like remember that as a YouTube trend, like, like a couple of years from now. I just want to comment that's like a perfect way to keep track of that. So.
Yeah, getting geeked up.